Traptrix player, stop.
Get some help.
Hey guys, this is Tom Box, and today's ruling video is dedicated to Traptrix players. A lot of you guys don't know what you're doing. So rather than quizzing you guys in this ruling video, quiz time is over. We're going straight into comparing answers because these are some of the plays that have already occurred, and I want to make sure you guys aren't making the same mistakes. And you know what? I get it. Traptrix is a budget competitive deck that appeals to the masses, including those who are less experienced or taking their first step into competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! And over the past weekend, it really showed, as I've seen so many people getting burned in time due to just not reading their cards properly. So that's one, so they have to do double takes. 2, illegal activations. 3, illegal resolutions of all things. And you know what? Overall, a lot of salty players because of this. I haven't seen so many salty players in one single event due to getting burned in time or people just playing into time because they just didn't know what their cards were doing. So that's what we're trying to prevent here today. And honestly, I've never seen Nishi so salty about losing in time, because if he just had one more turn, he clearly had the advantage. He was going to win the entire match, except he didn't because he got hit in time and then he just didn't get to play out his turn. So it was quite odd. So we're gonna list them all out so you guys can speed up your games and maintain a fair and proper game state. And just to throw this in there, by the way, guys, I am going to be participating in the Master Duel First Anniversary Invitational. You know, thank you, Konami, for inviting me. You know, I'm really happy to be a part of that awesome event. And, you know, wish me luck, guys. And you know what? Now let's wish you guys luck on Traptrix. Number 1, Traptrix, Arachnocampa, and Bagooska. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with making Bagooska with Arachnocampa. However, you're probably not going to be able to make it if you activated Arachnocampa's effect to summon herself out. So let's bring up the card text first. You know, it's unaffected by whole normal trap cards. The first time each set card in your spell and trap zone will be destroyed by a card effect, it is not destroyed. Now, during the main phase, if you control a Traptrix monster, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn, except for insect and plant monsters. And you can only use this effect of Traptrix Arachnocampa once per turn. Now, so first of all, if you guys don't see what's wrong with this, Bagooska is a fiend monster. It's not an insect or a plant. And I saw a lot of branded players kind of suffer under this illegal play where they go for like a Holitea and then Arachnocampa and immediately go into a Bagooska, which is basically illegal, and it bought them like 3 free turns of play, where typically this isn't just not even allowed because it's an illegal play. So you know what? For you branded players, make sure you guys catch on this, because this is one very unfair play. And the second thing to note is the main phase. This card can only be activated during the main phase. A lot of people were trying to dodge certain card effects. I don't know what you're trying to dodge. Maybe you're trying to dodge like triple tactics talent or triple tactic thrust, whatever it is. They waited till the end phase to activate this to maybe get like a set off of like Sarah. Yeah, you can't really do that because this card can only be activated during the main phase if you want to use the quick effect, and therefore it more or less will apply this insect/plant extra deck lock. Number 2, Traptrix, Sarah, and Holitea. This is the most frequent illegal play that happened over the past weekend, and I'm pretty sure a lot of it didn't get caught because people didn't call judge when it was happening to them. So I'm gonna bring it to light right now. Traptrix Sarah has 2 trigger effects, and the trigger effect in question is if a normal trap card is activated, you can special summon out a Traptrix monster from the deck. That particular effect requires a normal trap card to activate, not a trap effect. If it included trap effect, it would have said trap card or effect, but this is only a normal trap card. So activating Holitea from the graveyard, the one that summons out, you know, a Traptrix monster acting as a Traptrix Reborn, that particular effect will not trigger Sarah. A very slight difference, but that's all it takes. So people that have been generating basically free monsters and like chain blocking their way through, yeah, that's not exactly how this works. And if you summon out a monster that does not have a trigger, for instance, then Sarah will not generate a second body. But if you do activate one that does have, you know, a trigger effect, then that particular monster will lead to, you know, Sarah setting additional card, but you're not gonna get a free second monster from activating a Holitea from the graveyard. And actually, on that note that a lot of people forgot that it's not just that she can summon out a monster from the deck, it has to be a monster with a different name than the ones you control. So I've seen Murmilio into Murmilio, and I'm like, what is going on here? You can't Myrmilio into Myrmilio because you already control a Myrmilio. All right, so illegal summon targets as well. That's the one part that a lot of people didn't catch and got a lot of their back row blown up for no reason. This particular wording also applies to Lady Labyrinth of the Silver Castle. If you want to use her effect to set a normal trap card straight from the deck, you're going to need to chain to a trap card that is activating its card on the field, not activating the effect. If it's already face up, you can't chain to it, and so the context would be a big welcome in the graveyard activating its effect to bounce a card. You cannot chain Lady Labyrinth to that because that is a trap effect and not a normal trap card activating. Yeah, so the condition was not met. And I would say this is the one that you guys have to catch because I think it leads to a lot of game states where sometimes the Traptrix player definitely would not have won if it wasn't for that extra body. And before I continue, if you guys want to pick up some awesome MST merch, check out MSTmerch.com. We have some epic mats. Love the 2023 mat. And we've got sleeves, over sleeves, foil sleeves, premium sleeves, and we even have box dividers to help you sort your collection in your 4-row boxes. And these box divider bricks, they go to A to Z 3 times over in purple, green, and orange. Perfect for your monster spells and traps. And even has number cards just in case you need numbered cards. As for sleeves, we got our ever popular white V2s that feel like old PC whites. That's what you guys keep telling us. And then somehow we got that exact same feeling onto our black sleeves, which is a very interesting thing. How did we do it? Well, that's a trade secret. And of course, there's the LT Instinct sleeve. These are some of the most beautiful foil sleeves. Also running pretty low on stock, so make sure you guys pick it up while you still can. And if you want to protect your sleeves, there's of course the over sleeves that are available in rough or smooth. All right, check it out at MSTmerch.com. Thank you for checking it out. Let's continue on stuff that you guys need to be aware of. Number 3, Lord of the Heavenly Prison. To keep it simple, Lord of the Heavenly Prison, if you activate the effect to summon itself, it's going to set a spell trap onto the field. But remember, that spell or trap card is going to get banished during the next end phase. A lot of people forget about that. They just think that they get a free card without any time limit, but the time limit is till the end phase. So getting cards like Skill Drain, even if you activate, it's going to get banished. If you put trap holes that are utility based for removal, that's going to get banished. And so there's 2 cards within the meta that kind of works around it, and these are the ones that are probably the best ones. One is Traptrix Holitea. When Holitea summons itself out onto the field, it's no longer considered as a trap card. So essentially it becomes a completely different card on the field and kind of bypasses Lord of the Heavenly Prison. The other card that can basically override Lord of the Heavenly Prison is going to be Imperial Iron Wall. Imperial Iron Wall can't let you banish cards, and since that's active, you're not going to be able to banish that card at all. That sounded really weird, but it is what it is. And so when people put cards like Skill Drain, just remember those cards will get banished. So it's like a temporary 1-turn Skill Drain if they do go for the Skill Drain route. Number 4, Holitea and Rafflesia. We're just going to start off by reading Traptrix Holitea. It is technically a whole trap card. Now you can activate this card the turn is said by discarding a normal trap card. Cool. Special summon this card and defends as a normal monster, and this is not treated as a trap, which is cool. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one Traptrix monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You can only use one effect and once per turn, so it's OEOPT. One effect, one per turn. As for Rafflesia's relevant text, once per turn, quick effect, you can detach one material from this card and send one whole normal trap card that meets its activation conditions from your deck to the graveyard. This effect becomes that trap card's effect when that card is activated. Man, that is a mouthful, but it's kind of worded very specifically. To dumb this one down, Traptrix Rafflesia simply just can't send Holitea at all, because the trap card's effect of when it is activated, it's the summon effect, and Rafflesia's technically already on the field, so it doesn't really do anything, and it doesn't even make any sense because you're not really getting the card on the field anyway because it's sent to the graveyard. And 2, for the people that are activating Rafflesia and sending this card to get the revival effect, that unfortunately is not the trap card's effect of when it is activated. That is the effect of when it is in the graveyard. And once again, we're back to the whole wordplay of, a trap card activating versus a trap effect activating. And Rafflesia is simply copying the trap card's effect of when the card is activated. Once again, it's people getting free monsters on the field with illegal resolutions of cards. Number 5, Traptrix Putika. Here's the most common play-by-play. There is a birth on the field, and the cast sheriff player normal summons out, say, a Fenrir, and the opposing player activates Floodgate Trap Hole, but that's met with a Forbidden Lance. But then Sarah activates, summoning out Putika, and they attempt to activate Putika's effect to banish that Fenrir. That is illegal because Fenrir is normal summon and Putika can only banish special summon monsters. So that was a very common thing that occurred from time to time. Not as common as the other ones from like Sarah and Arachnocampa, but it did occur from time to time. And it's a huge difference between like a monster getting completely removed before they get their search. I guess the other thing about Traptrix Putika is the banish effect. A lot of people describes it incorrectly to the opponent, and some of them don't even tell their opponent that they can actually bring their monster back. So typically they would describe it as, oh, what does it do? Oh, it can banish a special summon monster, and it comes back during the standby phase. That's typically the wording that they use. That's like their shorthand, but that's only partially correct. Sure, you can bring back that same monster during the next standby phase, but you can also special summon any other one monster back during that standby phase. I've personally swapped out a bad monster for a much better one. I swapped it out for a Shangri-Era, and the Shangri-Era activating gave me a different monster right altogether. So yeah, there's a lot of these things that you should keep in mind. And the other thing to note is that if Putika activates, even if your monster does not get banished, you will still have the opportunity to special summon out a monster that is already banished. That is because of the conjunction of also. Also, during the next standby phase, your opponent can special summon one of their banished monster. That's the wording. And also means it happens regardless of if the first part even occurred. So that is going to be one of the limitations when you activate Putika. So it seems very good on paper, but it does come with the drawbacks, and those drawbacks are definitely not being explained to the people, on the receiving end of this effect. Some people just outright just like forget to tell their opponent, oh, you can special summon the card back, and they advance the game state to the point where like, oh, I guess you didn't want to summon because it is technically a you can effect, but that is an effect by the controller that probably needs to explain their effects properly, because it feels like you're on the verge of misrepresenting the game state. Let's just put it that way. And I think that's it. I think that kind of covers everything that you need to know about Traptrix in general, and this should probably speed up your game so that you guys aren't playing into time. If you guys are playing Traptrix, hopefully this will help you, follow the rules. Yeah, it seems like most of it's kind of targeting towards people not playing the Traptrix fairly, and if you are, you know what, good for you. But for those of you guys who aren't, maybe this can help you correct some of your actions. We're not targeting like you're doing this stuff on purpose. Clearly you guys are new to it and you're just still getting used to it. But as for you guys, on the receiving end, you can use this as a reminder, and you can use this to kind of keep track of the effects of what the Traptrix have available, so that you're not allowing illegal activations to go through and put you at a disadvantageous position. And that's all I got for this video, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, this ruling video, smash a thumbs up button. If you guys want to see more stuff from MST.TV, hit subscribe, ding that notification bell. Hopefully it kind of covered like the mind sequencing of what people do and their mental gymnastics. And until next time, I'll see you guys in the next one.